Welcome to the Holy Light Church of God in Christ Sunday School. We got a number of students here today, and we're all together in this class. And you can see some we're right is our Sunday School superintendent. He's going to be conducting the class, and we're going to have key participants up here at the front of each table, 6 feet apart or so. If you move that one down just a little bit. Yeah. And we have on both sides. And then we're going to have those in the audience, I understand, participating as they will. And as questions arise, we are glad to have you here today. May God bless you. Hope you understand, have a good understanding, get a good understanding, and just praise the Lord for what He's doing for us today. And Happy Mother's Day to everybody. So God bless you and God keep you. I'm turning into the hands now of Deacon Cecil. We're right, that he might come and lead us in our Sunday school lesson. Let's say amen for him as he is. Amen. Amen.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm Deacon Cecil Wheelwright of Holy Light Church of God in Christ, Texas Western Jurisdiction. Okay. Today's Sunday school lesson is going to be on Zechariah. Before we get to the lesson, areas of Sunday school lesson.
Okay. Sunday school lesson title is Peace and Justice Reign. Our Bible basis will come from Zechariah chapter 8, verses 1 through 17. Bible truth. The Lord is jealous for the worship of his people and longs to dwell with them in peace. Memory verse. So again I have thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not. Lesson aim. By the end of this lesson we will identify the impact of God's presence in a community, yearn for God's perpetual presence and the promise of justice it brings, and pray for God's presence to result in a communal sense of justice, prosperity, and unity.
Okay. Happy Mother's Day also to y'all. Can the participant introduce yourself, your church position, and your name, please?
Deacon Johnny Kennedy.
Deacon Richard Spencer.
Minister Lazarus Miller.
Evangelist Addie Costello.
Okay. Today's lesson's on Zechariah. All through this quarter, the Sunday school lesson has been on justice and the prophets. So it's been based on the prophets for the last 3 months of this quarter. To give you an idea about some of the prophets, let's see, how anybody have an idea how many prophets are in the total Bible?
I think there was 10 minor.
No, prophets in the total Bible. There's 48. 48 prophets. Prophecies, females, anybody got an idea how many female prophecies are in the total Bible? 7. 2 of them was Moses' sister, already, prophecies. Not a prophet. Prophet was the man, prophet was the woman. And also Sarah, Abraham's wife. That's a prophet. There's 5 more. I'm not going to give detail. But that's just to give some background. Now, how many major prophets are in the Bible?
All of them except for the 12 minor.
How many is that?
You said it was 49, so I guess that'd be making 37.
No. There's 5 major prophets in the Bible, books in the Bible. There's 12 minor prophets. The other prophets are not recorded. They just mentioned that they were prophets. And when they did prophesy, a lot of it was based on just them. What God wanted them to do, not the country. Okay? So this is some background. So it's 48 total men, 7 women, but Bible, in the Bible books, there are 12 minor, 5 major. And they are not women.
Right.
Okay. All right, let's just give you some of the background. Okay, Zechariah was a person in the Hebrew Bible and traditionally considered the author of the book of Zechariah, the 11th of the 12 minor prophets. He was a prophet of the kingdom of Judah, and like the prophet Ezekiel, was a priestly family prophet, meaning his parents, his daddy was a priest, so it was in the family. Yeah. Okay. With that being said, also, these prophets were called out certain times. Now, God didn't call prophets to once one died and called up another. He had sometimes he called at for 2 or 3 of them at the same time, depending on what he needed them. Okay? And Zechariah was called to prophesy doing what? Prophets of Israel, prophets for Judah, prophets for captivity, prophets for the return of Jerusalem. Anybody got an idea what Zechariah is called up in today's lesson?
From 15.
All right. Return to Jerusalem. He's called up doing the return. Okay. So that means that he was called up what?
55, 20 weeks.
Well, I can get to the year. During the time of who? Esther, Cyrus signed a decree to go back to what?
To Jerusalem.
To Jerusalem. So he was called to what? Get him to come back and do some work. So that was the time during Cyrus the king getting that decree to go back and rebuild their country. So that's in the book of Esther too. You with me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get into today's lesson. And we're going to go in 5th gear. Because we had some other issues came up before we got started. To get a little bit. Okay. Verse 1.
Again, the word of the Lord of hosts came to me, saying.
All right, stop right there. I want you to see what he's saying here. He called the Lord who?
The Lord of hosts.
Host. Why do you think he called him host? Because the rest of them didn't call him host. What does host mean? Zechariah. So he called him host. What does host mean?
To me, I'm thinking it means the one, the true, the only. And identifying him with the covenant. The host is a word of like identifying him with the covenant that he had among Israel.
Okay. Huh?
To present, to speak for, to present, to serve.
Yes. Right. If you're hosting something,
Didn't Kennedy say command?
yeah.
It's also
If you're hosting something, okay. And if you're hosting something, you're in charge. And he called a God to host. No matter what comes up,
okay.
no matter what comes up, he can do it. He's the host. So God is the host. So whatever happens, he's in charge of it. So he's fully capable, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's fully present. So he's there, and whatever needs to be done, he can do it.
Yes.
Because God is hosting this. All right? Then the next rest of the verse says what?
That was it.
He said, thus saith the Lord.
Came to me, say.
Okay, then it said, thus saith the Lord of hosts.
Yes, it's 2.
I'm sorry, that's number 2. All right, go ahead with that then, somebody.
They said the Lord of hosts, I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy, and I was jealous for her with great fear.
Okay? Talk to them about that verse there. About that portion right there. How do you think, let me ask you a question. How do you think the prophet felt about God's jealousy? Is that right? Because if God said he was what?
He was jealous for.
God said he was jealous, right?
Yeah.
So how do you think the prophet felt about that? God told him that. You think he said he wasn't?
No.
What do you think he felt?
He was in agreement. He was, like you said, he was delivering God's message to the people. He was the representative message deliverer of God's word, God's instructions, God's intentions, what God was going to do to the people. So he was basically like the salesman. He was the representative.
In this verse, he said, "I was jealous for Zion with great jealousy."
He's telling them what God was feeling. Basically that verse says that God was jealous for his people because
so I
he still.
asked the question: what do you think Zechariah felt about God being jealous? That's the question.
I think Zechariah agreed with God being jealous because of Israel and their sins, and God is also jealous of Israel, people that's around Israel, surrounding, doing wrong and abusing them and treating them wrong as well.
I believe that Zacharias also knew that God was jealous because he had learned it down through the years. All the way to this time frame, God has said, I am a jealous God.
I think Zechariah felt hopeful because God was. Go ahead.
They were worshiping other gods.
Well, okay, we don't want to get too far into it
We're going to get to it in a minute.
because Zacharias, sure, God is jealous because who? God, they was his what? Exclusive, chosen people.
Wow.
If God said I'm jealous,
You can believe it.
and if God said I'm jealous, I'm jealous.
You better believe it.
Zechariah was jealous.
Because you got to remember they're dealing with a language that had to get clarified again later on in the scripture because he said I'm jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he said I'm jealous, not like a jealousy when your girlfriend flirting with somebody you all upset, or vice versa. It ain't like boyfriend and girlfriend jealousy.
Well, I know
No,
what
it's
you're saying.
not. No, it's not.
He's possessive. It's possessive jealousy.
No, it's not.
God's having a possessive jealousy. Israel is his. So he is possessive of it like that.
No, it's not.
Okay.
We want to see it. I understand what you're saying, and that's the reason why the jealousy is not meaning the same thing. This is God. This is God talking. We got to understand this is God. It ain't flesh, jealousy, chosen people. We draw the word. Okay. What about let's look at biblical concept of jealousy when applied to God indicates profound sense of what? This God, biblical jealousy.
Yeah, well, in that sense, you don't want them worshiping anybody but him.
Just because God is what?
A jealous God. And it says that.
Yes, it does say. I'm not getting an argument.
No, I'm not arguing.
What I'm saying is not the jealousy a boy and a girl had.
No.
The jealousy a boy and a girl had, once you get over, it's over. Once he get over, it's gone. This is a jealousy for what? Ever. It ain't the same. You don't joke and fall in love, fall out of love. God is committed to him because with Abraham, he said what? Vowed for his seed, he shall be what? With him. So God caring and committed is for what? Ever.
That's why it's great jealousy.
Why this jealousy is not the thing for what? Flesh, it's spirit. It's to draw everybody to God. That's what their job was. Okay? That's why the jealousy, what I'm saying, is God jealousy, not flesh jealousy.
Right.
Okay? So there's a difference. There is a difference. You know? You can be jealous of somebody today, and tomorrow you run into somebody else. I don't care nothing about them. Right? They're gone. But God committed to Abraham. And he's jealous because he cared, he's committed to them as a nation. For life. Forever.
His people.
Okay? All right. Let's see if there's anything else. God jealousy applies, has the right to do what for his people? God jealousy implies he has the right to do what for his people?
Punish them, care for them.
Protect them.
Okay, anything else? Because he has the right to punish them,
Yeah, that's not.
not because they're his people, but he got the right to punish them because he is what?
Yeah.
Because he's God. Well, he has the right to punish them because of his commitment. He got to have them to do what's right. God,
Keep their part of the part.
well,
If they're not being obedient to him and they worshiping other gods and they're not keeping the law, they're not being obedient. They're breaking, they breaking the covenant.
yeah, but this is prophecy. Because this Old Testament, when you came into the New Testament, Jesus is saying things, God in the flesh. But it's up to the individual.
Yeah.
It's up to the individual. It's up to you. It was going to be anybody until it was him. It's your choice. Here, nations were held accountable. There's a difference. I mean, people, when God judged, remember he told them that you live by faith. Because you got plane crash, you on there too, don't mean that you, but what? You've done something wrong. Follow me? Okay. He punished, and you still will punish nations based on what we do today. Okay, let's go to verse 3.
Verse 3. Thus said the Lord, I am returned unto Zion, and I will dwell in the midst of Jerusalem. And Jerusalem shall be called...
Explain that. What is he saying there?
That he's saying that he's Israel, he's Jerusalem, Israel God, and he's going to dwell with them while they're in Jerusalem. And he's going to be with them, protect them, and be with them, and be in their presence while they're in Jerusalem since they're heading back.
Okay, so what Zechariah ministry includes encouraging the return of the exiles to do what?
To come back to Jerusalem, return to Jerusalem, and to rebuild the temple.
Come together.
To rebuild the temple. His encouragement was to what?
Rebuild the temple.
Get them to come there and rebuild the temple.
Rebuild the temple.
And God will be there
Okay?
amongst them.
All right, when God declares his intentions to what? Why did he want them to build a temple? What did God declare his intention was in that verse?
To dwell amongst them.
God said, I'm going to be there.
They're going to be there.
So Zechariah said what? Y'all need to get back to what?
Come on back.
Build
Come
that
back,
temple.
Fix that temple.
God said he's going to what? Dwell there.
Dwell there. Dwell with his people.
Okay? Okay. I gave you a handout. Somebody read Ezekiel 10, 18 and 19.
On the next page.
There's no, I don't have any order.
Then the glory of the Lord departed from off the threshold of the house and stood over the cherubims. And the cherubims lifted up their wings and mouthed up from the earth in my sight. When they went out, the wheels also were beside them. And everyone stood at the door of the east gate of the Lord's house, and the glory of the God of Israel was over them above.
Okay. No, you ain't got me wrong. So what happened there? Ezekiel talking about what? The verse was just read. What is Ezekiel prophesizing what he saw?
God
He's-
left.
I didn't hear you.
I said God left.
He saw what? God left. Left Jerusalem. He left them. He turned them over to who?
Sure.
Babylonians.
Babylonian.
Babylonians.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Yep.
God departed. Let them what? Take their punishment. Now God is saying, I'm going to do what?
Coming back.
Coming back.
Coming back.
And Ezekiel also, I didn't read the rest of the scriptures, but also talked about him coming back. He prophesied about that also. Him coming back. Okay? So Ezekiel was before Zechariah.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Okay. Now, was God talking about dwelling in the temple or Jerusalem as a whole?
Both.
Both. Both. People and in the temple.
In the temple and amongst them.
All right. Read the rest of that verse and say what?
And Jerusalem shall be called a city of truth.
Why? Why should it be called a city of truth? Why did God change the name?
Because God's there, He's gonna bring them back, He's gonna restore them, and they're gonna build a temple, and God will be in the temple, He's gonna be with His people. He's gonna build up Jerusalem economically, and they're gonna be city of truth, and they're gonna be able to speak.
Okay, you're getting a lot ahead. I tell you, why does he call it truth?
Because God is
Jump ahead.
Because God's there.
All right. You know I'm gonna catch you.
Yes, sir.
So word, and he said, so truth invokes what? I think you covered that, huh?
Word, covenant, commitment.
That faith.
faithfulness.
Faith. Now, Zechariah is talking here, correct?
Yes.
Zechariah is talking about prophecy. Is Zechariah talking about 5 years, 20 years, 1,000 years, 2,000, or Revelation?
Now,
No, he's talking about now.
He's talking about now. Okay? Oh, audience can participate. Did you have something to say? Okay. You talking about now? Then, huh? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay. When they came back to Jerusalem, did Jerusalem stand?
Did
Later
you
on?
understand?
Did it stand? It failed.
Yes, they didn't have-
Rome destroyed.
They didn't have-
So,
well,
is the prophecy talking about here, then, or
No, he's talking about now.
he's talking, Jerusalem shall be called the city of truth, right?
yeah.
Okay. Let's go to, what's the next one say?
And the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain.
Okay, why is he calling it the Holy Mountain?
Because God gonna be there.
Is
It's
God
gonna
gonna,
it's God, it's gonna be God's
God gonna
place.
be on the mountain?
His presence.
His presence gonna be on the mountain?
His presence. Well, his presence is everywhere, but he
God, no. Well, God said I'm coming back to Jerusalem.
mhm.
So is his presence gonna be where? Why did he say the mountain? Where did they build the temple? On the mountain.
On the mountain.
That's what he's talking about. So God changed the name of the mountain to what? He's going to change the name to be what? Called what? In the mountain of the Lord of hosts, the holy mountain.
The holy mountain.
So it's going to be for who purpose?
God.
Purpose of God. The use of God. Right? He said he's going to dwell there, so it's going to be the use of him. Because certain things you had to do for you to get in the temple, so it's what? He belonged to God. And the priest was to make sure that it was done according to what? God. You with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to 4. Where, let's see if I need to go to 4. No, let's go ahead to 4.
Okay, number 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, there shall yet old men and old women dwell in the streets of Jerusalem, and every man with his staff in his hand from very age.
Okay, explain that.
Well, he's saying now that the people shall be able to grow old in the city. And they shouldn't be, and they should be feeling safe
Why?
because God is there.
So, that means people gonna grow what? He said
Old.
staff means people grow old,
Yeah.
Gonna grow old.
right? And people grow old because there's no what?
There's no danger, there's no famine, there's no disease,
Right.
It's
there's no predators.
They got peace.
There's no war.
They got
yeah,
security.
everything is good.
Everything is good, right? Because God is there, right?
Yes, sir.
What happened in Jerusalem then, 1,800 years ago? If he was talking about then.
Because what you were saying back then, it was destroyed. So it wasn't safe for old men, it wasn't safe for nobody.
Yeah, they was in captivity.
Did they,
So they ain't had no peace. They didn't have no security because of the God allowed them to be in captive. But now, God is with them now, and they're not under captivity. They back home, gonna build a temple. Now they secure, protected. Their economic gonna be.
so nobody's gonna die, men are gonna grow old, and all this, right? Read the next verse.
And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof.
It's gonna be peaceful. It's gonna be peaceful.
Okay, it's gonna be peaceful, right?
Now, those two
Okay.
verses combined is giving an example of like, hey, it's gonna be safe for everybody from the beginning of your life to the end of your life. It's gonna be safe.
Was there
and fruitful for
diseases?
everybody.
Was there diseases when Jesus was here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Was there diseases in Israel when God said He's gonna dwell in the house?
Yes.
So what is this talking about?
But he said he's gonna bless them now. He's gonna be blessing them and letting them live long.
So why didn't they stay in Jerusalem and got just kicked out of Jerusalem by Romans?
Because they can't get right. Just like we can't get right sometimes.
Is Zechariah talking about the future?
Present.
Sure he is.
Well,
He
I
ain't
mean,
talking about,
He prophesied.
he's prophesying the future. When God, Jesus gonna reign. No more sickness, no death, kids playing in the street. He's giving, you gotta say something? Kids playing in the street. He's talking about what? This is what they understand. Living what? Peacefully. No sickness. Has there been a time on earth when there's been no sickness since Adam and Eve? Huh? Has there not been war since Adam and Eve? There's been war. Everything been going on. But here he's talking about what? Peace.
Peace.
So is he talking about then or the future?
He definitely talking about the future.
Future.
He definitely got to be talking about the future. We ain't got peace yet. We got peaceful moments.
Right.
Even though it's peaceful here, it ain't peaceful everywhere.
Because right back then, he talking about he talking about the fences.
Remember, God kept trying to establish stuff and it kept messing up.
Right.
Right? So Zechariah is covering, prophesying about, he prophesied about Jesus too. So he's talking about future. Talking about the future. Huh? Who don't see it? Okay, let's go to the next verse.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in these days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith the Lord of hosts?
All right, explain that verse. What is, who just said that?
God.
What did he just say?
It was marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of the people that he talking about Jerusalem or Israel. Should it also be marvelous in mine eyes? So yeah. He's saying it is in the eyes of the Lord. Yeah. So in other words, if it's marvelous to the eyes of his covenant, Israel, then of course if they happy, and he's causing them being happy, then he's gonna be happy too.
Okay, let me tell you what he's saying. You think it's so fantastic, I just told you about what? There would be no war, there would be no disease, you shall grow old. To y'all, you say that's impossible. I'm God. With me, all things are possible. So he's talking about a time that where there will be no war, no disease, peace, kids playing, people growing old. He's talking about a year from then, or he's talking about the future.
So I transpose the meaning of marvelous to be wondrous as opposed to being
Wondrous,
in
marvelous,
man,
wondrous
or
mean that
impossible.
people can't comprehend, but God said it. What did he say? I read it. Thus said the Lord of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnants of his people in these days, should it also be marvelous in my eyes? He asked him a question. Said the Lord of hosts. It's going to be great in my eyes too when I can get y'all to do what I've been trying to get you to do from the beginning. I'll be happy and marvelous when you do it. I've been trying to get y'all to be this way forever. So they're thinking that's too much. It's impossible. So God said what? I'm God.
Yeah.
You talking about impossible. It ain't impossible to my eyes because I'm God. I'm the one going to make it happen. You with me?
Amen.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I'm still trying to figure out, but you go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let's go to verse 7.
Thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country.
Now, I explain that.
He's going to, the Lord, he's explaining to them that he's gonna save the people from each of those different areas. That's coming up in
He's bringing the people back together.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have them surrounded.
Bring them back together from where?
From where they were scattered.
From where they were scattered, from everywhere.
And also from the captivity of Babylonians and the Romans.
Not wrong. Romans 8.
The Romans that came here. In Syria. Well, from everybody.
The Syrians,
From every
Babylonians
country.
had them. They down in Egypt.
and they bring them back to Jerusalem,
From every country that's been doing them wrong since they fell.
wherever they were dwelling.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're saying that he's predicting, well, no, he's prophesying about the future, and I'm looking at that part where it says, the remnant of my people. So he's not talking about right then and there, he's talking about the remnant that's supposed to be left here now.
There shall always be a remnant.
There's always a remnant. They
Yes,
scattered.
Yeah.
but he's saying, he's prophesying about then, about now bringing the reestablishment of Jerusalem that happened in 49 or 48 or whatever.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Here is God prophesying to Zechariah.
Mm.
All these prophets here were talking about the coming of who? The Messiah.
You know what, Deacon? He's talking about he's going to save people that's in the East Country and in the West Country. Because like you said, this whole thing is about they bring them back. The remnant was scattered when Jerusalem was
Right.
taken down. So there was some remnant in the East. There was some remnant in the West. This is saying that he's going to save them from wherever they're from. In other words, the remnant that was in the East Country, I'm going to protect I'm going to save my people that's in the East, that's been scattered to the East. I'm going to save my people that were scattered to the West. Am I off?
Okay, remember in Revelation, God talked about they should be coming from where? The east, the west, north, and south.
Worldwide.
There should be my people. The word going out.
He's going to gather us together from wherever they
That's why they missed some of these prophets. They said Isaiah was the one who told more about Christ than the rest of them.
Right,
He put more detail.
right.
They're talking to people who they talking about, they just been whooped and been in captivity 7 years. He's talking about something going to happen so far in the future. They got issues right now. The understanding is difficult. That's why God said it's too marvelous, y'all can't believe it. You know, so he got to talk small term. I'm going to bring it back home from north, south. And then Isaiah talked about north, south. Later on, expanded. He's going to do the same thing here.
Yeah, but he's not telling these people right now who just came back out of captivity. He's not assuring them, okay, I brought you back, you're back together now. I'm going to show these people around you that you are my people and that I'm with you. He's not telling
Yeah, he's going to bring them back.
You get the head.
He's going to bring them back. No,
No.
he's going to bring them back. Small picture.
Now I'm talking about the people right now.
Yeah, he's talking about the people there too, but he's talking about also using them because he's talking about the people in the world going to come later on.
Worldwide. Worldwide.
Well, yeah.
Because he's prophesying. They're already back building the temple. Correct?
But he's letting them know that
They already
he's
back.
but he's letting them know that he's going to bring the other ones back that ain't got there yet.
He's building the temple. He's going back and make sure he's building the temple. They're going to come back home. Right? But he's also going to talk about the Messiah.
Okay, all right, I got that.
And that's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. Because we can't get too far in this.
Now I'm not getting far. I'm just saying that Zechariah is saying to the people right here, right now, that you're coming back to a destroyed land. Okay. Zechariah is saying, don't worry, God is going to reestablish this land. He's going to bring you guys, I'm talking to the people right now.
Mhm.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, I know your houses are gone. I know you don't have any cattle. You don't have anything.
Some version.
Yeah, but you know, but that's what I'm saying. He's not assuring those people right there.
Yeah, he's showing them.
Okay.
Because not only he is showing, God just said, I will what?
Yeah, no.
Dwell
Right. It was there.
amongst you
Yes.
in Israel.
Right.
But also,
But
Revelation
it's
talks
a
about the
twofold.
same thing. Yeah,
It's a twofold.
yeah. He don't get that much in depth like Isaiah. All right, think of Isaiah before all of these. Isaiah talked about the Messiah,
Right.
right? When Jesus came to crucify him. So how can they be living in peace right there when Jesus hadn't even came yet? And he going to die on the cross. So how are you going to have eternal life, peace, they living like this when Jesus hadn't came here? You follow me?
Well, I didn't see where it says eternal life, but go ahead.
Not eternal life, but he give an example. They shall grow old.
Okay.
Men with cane, kids playing in the street, no diseases.
Okay, I got you twofold.
It's a lot of that stuff.
This is-
We got to stay on a circle. Okay, where we at? 8?
Yes.
Go to 8. Huh?
Yeah.
And I will bring them, and they shall dwell in the midst of Jerusalem,
Go ahead.
and they shall be my people, and I will be their God in truth and in righteousness.
Okay. Explain that.
God said He's gonna be right there in the midst of Jerusalem.
How can they, what's going to require them to be God's people?
What's what? I'm sorry.
What's going to require them to be God's people? What? God's characteristics is what?
Truth?
Yeah, righteous truth.
So they got to be like God.
Truth, so that means in their acts, and
You
in
know,
their
they got
words.
to be like God.
They're gonna be righteous.
Okay?
Holy.
All right. Now, there's something else. If he talking about the people right then, where was the Gentiles supposed to come in?
After, he talked about Jesus. He said,
Jesus.
after Jesus.
So, is he talking about right then
In the
and
future.
future?
Yes, he talking about
I
both.
said twofold. I think.
Yeah,
Talking
okay.
about both
Yes.
Gentiles.
Jews and Gentiles.
Because,
I think.
okay, you talking about the Jews and Gentiles. So that for that to happen, Jesus had to come,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't no peace while Jesus was here. Jesus came for the soul, was it? And Jesus gone, there's still any peace? So we talking about the future?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And He come the second time.
I'm gonna move on. All right, let's go to 11. What we 11?
Nine.
Yes.
11.
No.
11?
No, 11.
You right on 11.
1 through 8 and
But
11.
then I will not be unto the residue of this people as in the former days, says the Lord of hosts.
All right, explain that.
So he said that I'm not gonna, these people right here, I'm not gonna do you like I did the people in the former days. Like when he, as long as, the things that they did before they went into exile, or the days of exile, while they were in exile.
All right, so he said he's gonna bring back everything, economics, this,
Yeah.
that, bring everything back. He's not gonna be beating up on it.
Yes, while the temple is being rebuilt and worship is being restored.
All right, let's go to 12.
For the seed shall be prosperous, the vine shall give her fruit, and the ground shall give her increase, and the heavens shall give their due. And I will cause the remnant of this people to possess all these things. God's continuing on telling them, I'm going to bring economic, health, and environmental prosperity and safety to you.
So he said, I'm not gonna destroy the land anymore.
It's gonna be
Not gonna destroy it anymore. Right?
Yes, sir.
He got destroyed. He got destroyed. The Romans came in
Did he say
there.
any more?
Well, he's saying the land should be processing these things. He's saying he's going to be living in Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
So they ain't gonna be penal.
If it's not anymore, it's still going on then, right? When had this stuff happened since, it ain't happened since Jesus left. So he's talking about when it's going to be peace, no more war in the future.
Yep.
All right, let's go to verse 13.
And it shall come to pass that as ye were a curse among the heathen, O house of Judah and house of Israel, so I will save you, and ye shall be a blessing. Fear not, but let your hands be strong.
Curse among the who?
Heathens.
Other nations.
Other
Yeah.
nations.
Other nations.
Everybody that wasn't considered a Jew, they called them Gentiles or heathen,
Mhm. Yeah.
right?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Correct.
All right,
And they laughed at him.
okay. Let's go to, let me see if anything else I need to get on there. Because they said the hand, I didn't get to that. Because we started late. Go to 14.
But thus said the Lord of hosts, and I thought to punish you, when your fathers provoked me to wrath, said the Lord of hosts. and I repented not.
Explain that.
Well, Israel's forefathers was worshiping idol gods and into sin, so they fell away from God, so God punished them and put them in captivity.
What do you mean by, and I repent not?
They didn't.
God said, I repent not.
You say, I ain't sorry for it.
Right.
Why?
Because I'm God. I punished you. I do what I'm supposed to do. I do what I want to do. I did what I
do
do.
repent mean
Because you,
usually?
To feel bad about your sin.
Is God has sin?
no.
No.
Right.
So he ain't got nothing to feel
I
bad
don't
about.
repent.
Right.
I repent not. I ain't done nothing. You repent. All right. So we let them know I ain't done nothing wrong. Your punishment was what? Just. Because I am the judge. All right. Go to 15.
So again have I thought in these days to do well unto Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. Fear ye not.
Okay.
You're gonna do good, so don't have no fear.
I'm not going to punish you anymore, right? I'm not going to punish you anymore. Did they get punished again? Huh? Is God lying?
No.
They got punished again, didn't they? Yes?
Yeah.
But they didn't get punished. You said no more in the future. All right, let's go to 16 to 17.
You doing both?
Do both.
These are the things that ye shall do. Speak ye every man the truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no one, no false oath. For all these are things that I hate, saith the Lord. He's basically talking about the 10 Commandments.
What was the two great commandments Jesus said?
Love God with all thy heart, and love your neighbor as you would love thyself.
Love God with
All right.
heart, mind, and soul.
All right. So that's what he's talking about. The future. He's talking about the future church being established. Because Gentiles was part of the future.
Yes, sir.
He'd have been talking about right then that the Gentile wouldn't be involved. But all man, word going to everybody, and everybody got a change. In Revelation says, I shall bring them from the north, south, east, and west. And that should be the end. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. That concludes Sunday school. Let's go to the 5th year.
Man.
Hey,
Now I'll
one
turn it
job.
over to the hand of the bishop.
Praise the Lord. I'm sure that was a good one. Praise the Lord. Thank God for all of you. Thank God for Sunday school. We are going to now give you the opportunity to support the work of the Sunday school in the church. You can do it easily. Those of you who are present, of course, you just drop your offering there in the box, I think, at the back. But the rest of you there who are watching, you may contribute to our work. And it's like doing what? Using your cell phones, or your iPad, cell phones, and sending us the text message, HLCOGIC, the text message, HLCOGIC. Send that text message to 73256. I should memorize that by now. 73256. And all of your contributions will be appreciated. And I thank God for the old prophet there, prophesying about what's going on here in the future and further into the future. So may God ever bless you and keep you. All right, we're going to take a break now before we go into our 11 o'clock service. And we hope that you'll be able to join us, those who will be coming into the building, as well as those who will be joining us online. God bless you, God keep you, and keep on studying your Bible. Have a great day.